Previously, we have already introduced Davo on this channel. He was in the living room with some visiting relatives when they heard a chilling scream and caught something at the window. Now, a few weeks later, on December 25th, 2025, he was playing on his Xbox console after opening his Grand Theft Auto 5 gift. That's when he heard banging and started recording this.
He was playing Grand Theft Auto and you can hear something like... I don't even know what...
or what to do. A bang is heard coming from his front door, but just as he turns his camera toward it, a creepy face with dark eyes is pressed against the outside window, watching him. Moments later, when he returns, nothing is there and no one is at the door. The following night, while Bo is sleeping deeply, he suddenly wakes up around 2 in the morning after strongly feeling that he was being watched. And when he looks inside his room, he saw something completely terrifying. Watch closely.
It's 1:56 in the morning. And I woke up because I felt someone staring at me. Alexa, room light, cold white. That's because of the fan. There's nothing.
In the image, you can see a creepy figure inside his bedroom, and just as it moves, he gets up to confront it, but it's no longer there. He also hears a bang outside his window and captures another figure, but when he looks again, there's no one there. He mentions that the figure in his room seemed to have a burned appearance. In the end, whether it's a real ghost or not, I'll let you decide. Music Lover shared this video on TikTok in June 2025. According to their description, the footage wasn't even recorded by them. Instead, they were sent by their father, who says they were filmed by the caregivers working at the shared house of the uploader's uncle. That alone adds uneasiness. It's not someone recording for social media, but footage passed from hand to hand, because it genuinely disturbed the people who witnessed it. The user explains that his father believed the video shows the spirit of his grandfather, possibly haunting his uncle. But Music Lover doesn't completely agree. They say that whatever is happening in the clip feels too violent to be him. Let's take a look. The footage shows several strange events occurring in the house. Before the video ends abruptly, objects move, the atmosphere feels chaotic, and there's a sense that whatever is present, not only is it trying to be seen, but it's also acting very aggressively. In the description, Music Lover says that after seeing this, they honestly don't know what to think anymore, describing themselves as completely stunned by this situation. What do you think? Could it really be a deceased relative trying to make contact? Or does the aggressive nature of what we're seeing suggest something completely different? Thank you. What started as a normal family movie night took a very disturbing turn. They were watching The Deliverance, a horror movie based on the real-life case of the demon house from 2011. When suddenly the power went out, the room was plunged into complete darkness, and almost instantly the atmosphere changed. Fear took hold of them, and the family ran to their rooms, hoping it would all end there. But it didn't. Strange noises continued, and the panic kept growing. Whatever happened, it was caught on camera. Some say it was just their own fear playing tricks on them, while others believe that something actually responded to the movie itself. Urbex Hill is a YouTube content creator known for exploring abandoned and forgotten places, but his recent investigations left even him shaking. At first, everything seemed normal during a visit to the old deserted factory. As they went deeper and deeper, the silence became overwhelming, and suddenly some faint noises echoed through the hallways. Hello? In the footage, you can clearly see objects moving on their own. Seeing this, the explorer becomes extremely frightened. When he called out, there was no response. However, the feeling of being watched kept getting stronger. But nothing compares to what happened during his final exploration in an abandoned church. Urban exploration. When he entered alone, the atmosphere completely changed. His camera captured strange sounds and inexplicable movements, and in the footage you can clearly see a dark presence lurking near the stairs. Urbex Hill later admitted that this was one of the few times he felt genuine fear during an exploration. Whatever was lurking in that church didn't want him there. Was it his imagination or something far more disturbing? This video was uploaded to YouTube in December 2011 by a man named Luther McGill Jr. He explains that he was on his phone using a chat app, just messing around with some settings, when he suddenly heard a strange noise coming from behind him. Now, it's worth noting that it's a bit convenient that he just happened to be recording himself right when all of this happened. Most people don't record themselves adjusting their phone settings. Still, the exact timing is what makes this clip so strange. Check this out. Here are the views from the Around the 20-second mark, you can see how one of the kitchen cabinets behind Luther slowly opens by itself. A second later, something abruptly comes out. Just a few seconds later, a door slams shut by itself, causing the children to panic instantly as they scream and scatter. It's a sudden, aggressive movement, nothing subtle, as if something wanted to leave a clear message. Then, Jessica uploads a second video showing what starts as a perfectly normal night inside her home until it turns into genuine nightmare material. Me. Out of nowhere, the lamp and the fan short circuit, and you can see wires sparking and malfunctioning inside the device. It's sudden and genuinely dangerous. Put together, the two clips feel like an escalation. First the door slamming, and then something affecting the electricity itself. What do you think is happening here? Is there something in Jessica's house reacting to the kids' bravery? Or is it simply a very angry spirit making its presence impossible to ignore? A man named Isaac and his girlfriend stayed at his aunt's Victorian-era house while she was traveling abroad. Their job was simple: care for the place and the dog. The house felt frozen in time, filled with antiques and silent hallways. The only modern addition was a network of security cameras, which allowed Isaac's aunt to keep an eye on things from a distance. One night, while Isaac's girlfriend was alone in one of the rooms, a strange noise echoed from downstairs. At first, she ignored it, assuming it was just the house settling. But later that same night, the aunt checked the security footage and noticed something unsettling. A broom in the dining room often fell over by itself late at night. Isaac finally decided to review the footage of the moment it fell in a clip. Just before the broom fell, a dark figure is visible by the window. Silent, still, and vanishing instantly. What unsettled them most was its shape. Isaac said it resembled a child. Days later, they discovered commemorative tiles on the fireplace that honored two children who once lived in the house.
We found something that could explain last night. These tiles are of two children who lived here at some point. They commemorated them by putting them on a tile on this fireplace, and I swear this is the boy I saw.
From that moment on, neither of them ever felt alone in the house again. Never again. In January 2011, YouTube creator Mr. Snowman uploaded a video explaining he was home alone during the day, casually playing Fallout New Vegas. Nothing unusual, nothing creepy, until he starts hearing strange noises coming from another part of the house. At first, he doesn't think much of it, but the sounds continue. Eventually, he starts to wonder out loud if it could be a ghost. So he grabs his camera and starts walking around the house, deciding to actually talk to whatever might be there. He asks if there's anyone there, but gets no response, and then he asks an even worse question: if it intends to hurt him. This happens a second or two later. It was sudden, as if something was responding directly to his question. My God, thank you.
It came from Noah's room. Did you see that? What was that? Huh? Why are you moving that paper? Why are you moving the newspaper?
A newspaper lifts itself up, and shortly after, a bedroom door slowly closes. Alone, there's no one nearby. No explanation in sight. At this point, Mr. Snowman moves to another room, maybe thinking that distance would help him, but in any case, that only made things worse.
What's so special about this place?
The bedroom door closes by itself, and this time a box is forcefully thrown to the floor, sending him into total panic. Could this be staged? It's possible that the objects could have been pulled with strings and the doors pushed just out of frame. Old YouTube was full of experiments like this, but What makes this clip unsettling is the exact timing, especially the reaction immediately after he asked if that would hurt him. It feels like a very direct response. If it's real, this moves into classic poltergeist territory. Noises, moving objects, doors closing, and escalation when attention is given. To this day, there hasn't been any real explanation or even a follow-up. The video just stayed there on the internet. Another mystery from old YouTube, frozen in time. What do you think? An old school hoax or something responding when it shouldn't have? Thank you for everything. On July 9th, 2025, paranormal investigator Moxley entered a forest locals avoided after sunset. Hidden deep inside, there was an underground tunnel that was abandoned, a place surrounded by disturbing legends. People spoke of shadowy figures and screams echoing among the trees, and above all, of a woman in a red dress who appeared only to those who stayed too long.
So, are you a soldier? What year do you think it is? Darkness. Can you see me? Do you see what I'm doing? Can you come and reveal yourself to me?
Armed with cameras and audio equipment, Moxley began his investigation near the entrance of the tunnel, calmly calling out and asking if anyone was there. And at first, nothing happened. But the moment he entered the tunnel, the atmosphere began to change.
Is there anyone here? No, really. I forgot to be cautious. Every time I look away. Can you tell me his name? Tell me who you are. Every time I turned my back, then there was a noise behind me, like something was moving toward me. Is it you who's moving behind me? But tell me who you are. Move the camera back a bit. The last time I was here, you said this was your grave. If I'm right, am I dead? I'm not sure how to answer that. So do you want me to leave? Don't go. I'll go if you want. This camera often loses focus.
His camera struggled to focus as intense fear overwhelmed him. Every time Moxley turned his back, he heard a noise behind him, as if something was moving in his direction. Soft footsteps and dragging sounds. When he asked questions, his equipment picked up disturbing responses, including claims of murder and being trapped underground. He felt as if someone was standing just inches behind him. The deeper he went, the stronger that presence felt. And then it happened.
Did you say you like scaring people here? Last time I was here, as I said before, you made me leave the tunnels. Was there something related to the tunnel? Are you protecting something from your family? Are you protecting your family? Was your family buried in the tunnels? I keep saying tunnels, but it's actually just one. Was it your family's land, a burial place? Are you happy that we decided to plant here again, trying to save the land? Maybe you wouldn't be so upset if they weren't paving everything. We could camp here again. Would you be okay with me camping here?
They killed me.
Did you say you were murdered before? Who killed you? Tell me their names. You said the last time I was here that someone killed you here. Tell me their names and yours. I feel like I'm being watched. Are you watching me?
Suddenly, a thick, suffocating sulfur smell filled the tunnel. Moxley felt cold air brush his neck, as if something leaned in close. That was more than enough. He didn't wait for answers, he just ran.
This smells really awful. Ugh, this smell of sulfur. Can you stay for a while? I don't think I'm going to stay down here. I'm going back upstairs. This smell is unbearable. No, I need to get out. What? What was that? What was that? What was that? What the hell? No. Let's get out of here. This sucks.
Many believe that the tunnel is guarded by something ancient that protects what lies beneath, whether it's a spirit, a warning, or something much darker. One thing is certain, Moxley didn't just come out of the tunnel left its mark on him. A video was uploaded to the TikTok account of Black Hills Paranormal that left viewers deeply disturbed. According to the uploader, a friend was checking recent security camera alerts when one notification stood out. Immediately after seeing the footage, they were genuinely shocked. A strange reflection on the refrigerator triggered the camera recording in the middle of the night. That alone was already unsettling, especially since everyone in the house was sound asleep. But a few seconds later, something much worse appeared. A white, ghostly figure entered the frame, almost completely transparent, leaving behind a faint, blurry trail as it moved quickly in front of the camera. It had an unmistakably human shape. However, there's no way it could have been a living person. For many viewers, this is one of the clearest recordings of apparitions ever seen. What do you think? Adrian Montenegro posted this video in June 2023, and it initially appears harmless. It's just him and some friends outside at night laughing and playing on swings. Everything seems normal, but then you notice it. If you look closely in the background, you can see a humanoid figure standing in the dark. And it doesn't just stay there. It takes a few steps and then Even worse, it crouches down as if it's trying to stay hidden or lower itself so it can't be seen. That movement is what really changes the feeling of this clip. It doesn't look like a trick of the light or a static shape. It seems intentional. What's more unsettling is that no one recording seems to notice any of it at the time. There's no reaction, no pause, no sudden fear, just normal laughter, completely unaware of what's happening behind them. Imagine for a moment watching this later and realizing that your fun night on the swings wasn't as empty as it seemed, but there was something back there moving, watching, and then crouching down, as if it didn't want to be seen. A man named Antonio Petron posted this video on his TikTok account, and it shows him moving quietly through his house late at night, apparently after hearing something that scared him. As he walks cautiously down the hallway, staying unusually quiet, he turns a corner, and that's where things get genuinely disturbing. Out of nowhere, a child's scooter that was clearly completely still. Suddenly, it moves by itself, rolling down the hallway and turning the corner as if guided. But when Antonio follows its trail and turns the corner himself, the scooter is just there again, motionless, almost as if it had never moved. The video is brief and lacks context, making it more unsettling. With no intro or explanation, it's just a child's toy. Moving on. From being perfectly still, it starts moving with a purpose and then stops the moment someone approaches it. If this were staged, it would have required someone hidden out of sight to pull it with some string and then hide very quickly. But if Antonio was truly alone, then seeing a motionless toy suddenly start moving around the house, it's the kind of thing that sticks in your mind. And if you lean toward the paranormal explanation, is there anything especially unsettling? That's the kind of image that seems simple on the surface, but deeply disturbing. What do you think? A montage or something invisible taking a nighttime stroll through the house? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching the video. Only the brave make it this far. Leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more horror. Enjoy your nightmares.